Well, if you're connected to social media, you've probably seen those posts, people on your friends list marketing shakes, body wraps, essential oils, makeup, and more.
But is it really worth that $200 starter kit to own your own business? Eyewitness News' Amanda Mueller with an inside look at the underbelly of the multi-level marketing world.
Our third daughter was stillborn and our fourth daughter passed away at 2 days old suddenly. I kind of went through a bit of a depression for a while, and a friend of mine had a party.
A party for leggings. That's how it all started for Stephanie Newberry and her family.
It was nice because you had clothes that felt nice. You felt good for the first time in a long time. And so that was the original part when I got into it. And then we went from there to selling it because, well, why not?
Stephanie then began selling leggings after she became what's known as an independent consultant for a direct selling company, otherwise known as a multi-level marketing business, or MLM.
This is an actual thing. This is an actual business.
If you're on social media, chances are you've encountered these companies even if you didn't know it. Suddenly, that old acquaintance from high school that you haven't talked to in years is in your inbox talking about Scentsy, doTERRA, LuLaRoe, Beachbody, or Monat. Multi-level marketing companies work like this. Consultants sell the business's products independently. Their income includes commissions not only from their own sales, but sales made by people they recruit to their team. These recruits are often called downlines. Because of this model, it's no surprise that MLMs are often compared to pyramid schemes.
In a pyramid scheme, you are promised to get paid based on the number of people that you will bring in.
The presence of a product is the biggest difference between an MLM company and a pyramid scheme, but the product can often become the problem.
We had $18,000 worth of inventory.
The complaints that we get from people are, I bought a lot of inventory and now I don't know what to do with it.
In some of these companies, distributors are encouraged to buy.
They would say everybody should be at least once a week placing an order, if not twice a week.
The Direct Selling Association, which represents some MLM companies, requires its members to have buyback policies to allow consultants to sell back unsold product. That doesn't mean non-member companies offer the same options. In September 2017, the company Stephanie sold for abruptly changed its buyback policy, leaving some consultants stuck with mountains of inventory and debt.
We were going to give it all back and put that towards a down payment on a house. And of course then, well, that kind of took those plans away. It pushed us back by about 2 years.
Other questionable practices by some of these companies include inflated income claims. Direct Selling Association President Joseph Mariano says his organization's code of ethics bans that from member companies.
There are operations out there, not only in direct selling but otherwise, that overpromise income and make earnings representations that are not substantiated.
But with the help of social media, distributors can make it seem like they are living the high life, when in reality, the truth can be much different. When we looked at income statements from separate companies, the numbers were low. 78% of distributors for one popular wellness company averaged $51 a month in 2016. Other companies' income statements looked similar.
But most people are not working at this full time. They don't want to work at it full time. It's supplemental to their other activities.
But despite the negativity, some former consultants say they do have fond memories and successes with their companies.
I did get a lot of financial stability out of the business. There's a lot of women who are able to make supplemental income just by selling something that they already believe in.
Kern says her experience also gave her the opportunity to be a positive example to her daughter. She is now the owner of her own clothing line. The Newberrys now have a new home, but like so many others, they still struggle under the weight of unwanted inventory.
We sold about 2/3 of it. We sold about 12 grand off, but we only got about 5 or 6 grand for it.
Stephanie says for her, there is no going back.
I would never do it again. I wouldn't do any MLM again.
The company that Kern and Newberry sold for, LuLaRoe, is facing mounting legal problems. Washington State's Attorney General filed a lawsuit against LuLaRoe, accusing the company of unfair and deceptive claims. The lawsuit asserts that LuLaRoe is a pyramid scheme. Amanda Mueller, Eyewitness News.